Good morning and welcome to the 15 minutes of Chassidus Shir. If you would like to dedicate a shir in honor of somebody or for a special occasion, you can do so online at RabbiRabin.com. We are learning the Maamarim V'ata Tetzaveh, Tov Shin Mem Aleph. We're in the middle of Ois Hey. And this Ois, the Rebbe is explaining that there are two aspects of the neshama that impact why we have the belief in Hashem. How is it that you didn't believe in Hashem? After all, we are walking around on Olam Hazard, planet Earth, in the middle of this massive universe, and Yidden are very happy to say, yes, you know, there's more to the existence than just what meets the eye. It's not WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. There's a deeper aspect to this whole universe and a purposefulness in life that's beyond. We feel that as a natural. Where does it come from? The neshama, the Yiddish neshama, the Nefesh Elikis. The Nefesh Elikis has, above in the spiritual worlds, sees godliness and it impacts the neshama, it's integrated into the neshama, and that trickles down into how we view things here in this world. That's one explanation, one aspect. A deeper aspect of the neshama is the very essence of what a Yiddish neshama is. It's Elikus, it's godly. As the language that the Alter Rebbe brings in Perik Beis and Tanya, Nefesh Sheinish B'Yisrael, he Chelik Elikam Emal, Mamish. It's a piece of godliness. And that's the essence of what the neshama is of a Yid. So that's two aspects. Now, since the neshama is seeing Elikus above in the Ruchnistic worlds, that's a spiritual experience. That can't be integrated into the body, so from that level, it stays makif. Makif means distant from the Yid's experience in this world. Trickles down from time to time in aspects of tshuva, or recognizing hashgacha pratis in some ways. But it stays in general a makif because it's an experience that Neshama has, an unbodily, unearthly, unworldly experience. And so, if that's revealed, it's not integrated into the person. However, there's an essence of the neshama that means even that aspect of the neshama that's able to be put into a guf. A guf is a very physical, limited entity. That's why we celebrate when the whole guf is working every day. Part of our brachos is the Yashi Yotzar. We are a very limited entity. And to have a godly energy within us, it has to also be finite and limited to what the body can take. So this is as the Nefesh Abamis and the Guf give life to the body, the inner life of a Yid, the real life comes from Nefesh Elikis. It has to be on the level that can be contained in our body. It's only B'chitzonius and what's revealed is that we feel the Nefesh Abamis. But who was a Yid? His very essence and being is that he's a neshama, a Yiddish neshama, Nefesh Elikis. So in order for that imunah to be integrated and revealed in the body, to be in a pnimius, to live with it all the time, then the pnimius means my understanding and my feelings are in tune with the Nefesh Elikis. I view the world through a Torah lens. I have feelings that are directed towards Hashem, and godliness is not something else. Really, there's a world. Also, there's religion and there's Hashem. There are other things as well. That's b'derech makif. The view is, what is the world? Bereishis bara Elokim. Even what is Hashem is. Hashem havai v'ayaloshonisi. There's Hashem. He created a world for a purpose. What's the purpose revealed in the Torah? What's my attitude based on and built through? What's the Torah's viewpoint? This is the Nefesh Elikis viewing it. It comes from, there's only godliness is the truth of all existence. There's a world, yes, it's in order to bring Hashem also into here. How are we going to do that? What's the feelings that this should only be, this is what I'm looking forward to only. This that is an opnemius, it affects the person's attitude, his outlook, his approach, his feelings, his personality, his whole structure. That only comes from when you can reveal the etzem. So we're holding on Ois Hey. In the first paragraph of Ois Hey is 4 lines up, 3 words from the end of the line. And in order that the belief in Hashem of the neshama that it's in the guf, as we are here alive, that should be b'pnimius. We should live with it. How do you get that? He's al yedei gilui hiskashus asmi de etzma neshama. That's through revealing the hiskashus asmis, the essential dika bond that there is of the essence of the neshama of the yid. Why? Ki etzem neshama hi etzem shel neshama hamulebeshes beguf. Because the essence of the neshama is also the essence of the neshama that's in the guf. This that you have the re'iyas elokos, you see elokos, the neshama that's above. In the body, we tend just to see the physical. We can't experience godliness in the way the neshama does above. But the essence, what is a yid? That essence is the same everywhere. It's the essence here in the guf, in the neshama l'mayla, all places. Therefore, l'chein hamuna dan neshama hamalubeshes beguf shemitzat etza haneshama hi b'pniyusa. Therefore, the belief that a yid has, it's shining through what level of belief you're dealing with. That of that can be in the pnimius when it comes from the etzem of the neshama. The emunah the neshama habulevish beguf shemitzat etzem and neshama, the belief in the Shem that we get from the etzem and neshama. When that shines through, that's a pnimius. That's when it really affects and changes, and we can live with that godly experience. So this is, in order to make it in a pnimius, the etzem's got to come out. How does that happen? How do we get to do that? We tend to be distracted in our lives because of the physical needs, self-preservation, and all the things we need to live in this world. So the question is, why does the Friedrich Rebbe first explain is pastusha the Moshe b'chol der, the Moshe Rabbeinu in every der, like Mordechai in his generation, brings out the etzem of the neshama, brings out the mesiras nefesh of the neshama, and then he explains kosas lamar that through the brokenness in Golus brings out the etzem. How so? Because he has a little bit of a different shot. It's not that the being crushed in this explanation brings out the mar of the neshama. It's the other way. When do you need to pull out of yourself and live with the etzem haneshama, the attachment to Hashem, that is the very essence of our being? When you need that, in the time of kosus, in the time of golus, that's when you need the mar, that's when you need the essence of the neshama. So in order to get there, it's not that the golus brings it out. In a time of golus and a time of difficulty, you need help, a spiritual help, in order to trigger this attachment to Hashem. Where does it come from? It's Special Shabbos with the Moshe. What does he bring out? He brings out the etzem. The etzem then, it brings out that it can be in a pnimius. You can live with it totally. When you need to have this type of steadfast determination, attachment to Hashem, the time of golus. So in the time of kosus, that's when the etzem neshama, the more of the neshama, is needed to be brought out, and that's helped through the avodah of the Ispashtus of the Moshe, the extension of the Moshe in every generation. Let's learn inside the next paragraph of Oisei. And now we can understand the connection of the two things in the Friedrich Rebbe's Maimer. She'inyan the kosis l'moir, ba behemshich l'bir the inyan Raimahemda. That we explains kosis l'moir comes after and a continuation of the explanation of Raimahemda. Why? This that Moshe sustains, nourishes, and brings out the emun of a yid, the belief in the Shem of a yid, that it should be b'pnimius, who al yedei, it's through shehu megales etzem and neshama, because he brings out the etzem of the neshama, which is, we said before, shalomayla memazalai chasi, which is a deeper level. It's a higher level meaning deeper. A deeper level than the neshama experience elikos because it's sword. The ma'or shalomayla ma'or, the source of the neshama, the very essential being and existence fabric of the neshama as it is higher than Mar. I'd say the DNA of the neshama, of the spiritual DNA, the very essence of who he is. Yomasha Kosov Kosis Lama'ir. It says it's Kosis. That means the time of Golus, when Yidden are in a level of being Kosis crushed. Mavar b'mayim b'sheberdei liyagia Lama'ir, who al yidei Eden the Kosis Shebes Managolus. And the Maamarim explains, in order to come to Moir, it's through the Eden of Kosis, which is in the time of Golus. Now, who that is? Ki ikir hagili de etzem haneshama ma'or. The main revelation of the essence of the neshama of ma'or, who be'inyan mesiras nefesh. That's the inyan mesiras nefesh. When does the mesiras nefesh shine through? When is it sort of a spice, a spark, an energy, a life that you need to have? When is that? She'ikri hu bisman golus. That's mainly in the time of golus kedula commands. We're going to see later in the Maamarim. So the mesiras, when you have godliness revealed in the world, like it was in the times of the Midbar, or the times of the base of Migdash, so you're drawn in. You're drawn into the closest to Hashem. We said earlier, by Matan, Siyas Mitzrayim, and Kriyas Yamsuf, Matan Torah, and later on in the base of Migdash, it was godliness revealed. Gili Elokos. Your Yidden is drawn into that. Do you need Mesiras Nefesh? No. No Mesiras Nefesh. You're involved. It makes sense. It feels good. Your love for Hashem is a passionate love, infatuating love. You're full of this closeness to Hashem when there's Gili Elokos, because it triggers the neshama. It's in spiritual terms. In physical terms, when it's cold, the body feels cold. When it's hot, the body feels hot. You don't have to go do anything in order to feel cold if it's 10 degrees below. You don't have to feel hot if it's 90. You don't have to do something to feel hot. Physically, it's an automatic. If you eat a piece of chocolate, you don't have to think, you know what, I'm going to turn on my taste buds to figure out, is it sweet or is it not sweet? The Nefesh Abamis picks up, it's a natural. It was similarly in the base of Migdash. It was the godliness was revealed. They felt it. The same way as if it's 95 degrees outside, you feel hot. If you walk into the base of Migdash, since godliness was revealed, you felt it. The neshama felt it, and you felt it, and you live with it. That's how it was. So in Gashmis, we get it clearly. When it comes to Ruchnius, it's because we're in Golos, we don't get what it was like then. But that is then brought out the Ava, the Yiras Hashem, the understanding. In Golos, when Hashem is hidden, you don't have that automatic feeling. You got to come onto a deeper attachment to Hashem. That even though I don't see and feel, I'm still a Yid. Why? Because my neshama is intrinsically attached to Hashem. That's the tnuah. That's the whole approach of Mesiras Nefesh. When do we need it in Golos? You can't use it in the time of the base of Migdash. It wasn't brought out then. When in the times of Golos, we don't have the Ava. We don't have the understanding. So what do you need? Steadfast determination and attachment to Hashem. Where does that come from? The very essence of our being. What's that called? Mesiras Nefesh. And it takes on different formats. We'll see there's when there's under external pressure and persecution, like it was in the times of Purim, or it was the times in 1927 with the Friedrich Rebbe and the communist rule in Russia. And then you have the time after Purim, when Purim was the Nesa Purim took place, and you have times later when you're not under the persecution. We'll talk about this a little bit more tomorrow, up to Ois Vav Im Hashem. Thank you for joining. Have a great day. And if just a reminder, if anyone would like to dedicate a shir on this special 15-minute shir in honor of someone for a special occasion, you may do so at RebbeRabin.com online. Thank you. Sayizah.